Yo, welcome to University Life, the ultimate student's failure guide. My name is Lewis, and things are going pretty well for me right now. I just seem to be getting into some sort of... I just feel like I've got a pretty good routine going on in my life now. You know, I've got a lot more structure to my life. I started doing 5k runs every week, twice a week, and that's going well, bringing down the pace on that. You know, I'm enjoying my work, I'm getting some money, that's all good. People there are really nice too. I'm still keeping in touch with friends at uni. Most importantly, I've got my revision on top now, so like everything's going pretty smoothly for me right now. Yeah, it's a good place for me right now, and I feel like all of that is because of a little thing I've implemented in my life. I'm going to teach it to you guys now, and it's nothing you've never heard before, but I feel like we often forget about how important and how effective this can be, and it's just what I like to call the power of small victories. So in this video I'm going to specifically apply it to revision, but to be honest you can apply it to any part of your life. It's just a really good mentality to have. And now if you've been watching my videos for a bit, you know my absolute favourite quote of all time is by a guy called Lao Tzu, and it basically talks about making little steps. I think he words a journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. And what he's basically saying there is that, you know, when you have a big task, it can seem overwhelming and it might seem impossible, but just break it down into these little small goals and make that little stepping stone up to the top. And yeah, well, I like to call each step a little small victory, and as you get these small victories, it can build up momentum, you can get really good confidence, you can feel like you're working towards a goal, and this stuff could change your life if you implement it properly. So yeah, at this point into the semester, you'll know if you're ahead, on track, or behind with your revision or your work, whatever, you know, assignments and whatnot. And it's not too late to implement this now. It'll definitely put you in good stead for the start of next year. There's really not much to it. So let's say in a semester you've got, I don't know, assuming it's a 10 credit module, you'll probably have about 30 lectures, something like that. So that's 30 hours of work you've got to do in order to cover every lecture and make sure you've got the necessary knowledge to do well in the exam. At face value, that can seem like a hell of a lot. You know, 30 hours just for one module, and you're probably doing like 4 or 5 modules. Because, you know, each semester is 60 credits, and you know all that stuff. So, you know, when you add all this up, this is like over 100 hours worth of studying, and you're thinking, fuck. As soon as you get behind, it can feel like a really difficult thing to get back into it. But all I can say is, you know, it doesn't matter how much time you've got, just make use of the time you've got and just implement these small victories. So I'm going to tell you how you can do this. A lot of people, they like to say, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, and I don't want to do it today. And that's because they see the problem in its entirety and they think, oh my god, I don't have the energy to tackle all this right now. I'm going to try it in the morning. And to be honest, doing it in the morning, I'd say it's the best thing really, because I'd say that's when you have the most willpower, and then as you go throughout the day, it gradually goes down. Doing it in the morning is fine, but you don't want to put it off, because all you're doing is you're just creating that little habit in your head of saying, you know, oh, do it tomorrow. And if you listen to that, that's what you're going to be used to doing. And once you have a habit, it's really hard to break a habit. So what I always like to say is, rather than say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, just say, I'll start now and I'll just do as much as I can do. And you'll find that once you get into that mindset, you know, just starting is half the battle really. Like when you think about it, you know, you sat there with your essay, like pen on the paper or fingers at the keyboard, because we're all modern now. Woo. But yeah, you always find that first sentence is by far the hardest, and you know, it's the same for anything. Starting's the hard bit because you're trying to talk yourself out of it. So if you can just start, you'll find you can probably do the entire lecture. So you could do an entire hour, but don't be afraid to leave it. You know, if you've done half a lecture and you think, oh god, I'm exhausted, just leave it. That's as much as you can do for that one day. And then tomorrow you can do the same thing, and you might find that you can do a whole lecture this time, or 3/4, you know, and you just build it up slowly. It's all about building up the habit of implementing it into your daily routines. Also, it's raining. Hopefully it's nice and soothing for you, but probably not. Where was I? Oh yeah, if you just create that habit of making it the same time every day as well. That's what I was going to say. You'll probably find that your lectures start at different times in the day, so you might have a 10 a.m. lecture or, you know, 1 p.m. lecture, whatever your first lecture is. I would recommend that you go to uni at the same time every day, regardless of, you know, what lectures you have. So get there for 10 a.m. every day and just, you know, sit down, check your emails, create a routine, get yourself comfortable, and then, you know, just try and do a lecture. And you'll find that after a week or two, this just becomes second nature to you. You don't even think about it. And that's what you want to be doing. You just don't want to be thinking about it. The worst thing you can do is, just try and talk yourself out of it. It's like whenever I used to do these videos earlier back, like I used to spend so long talking myself into doing it, but if you just get on with it, it's really not that bad. I know what you're thinking now. You're thinking, oh, Lewis, I already know this. Why are you telling me this? But ask yourself, are you actually doing it? Because you're probably not. And it's always good to have that reminder, just to remind yourself that you're doing the right thing, because, self-assessment is so important in life. That at the end of your week, just think, what have I done well? What do I need to improve on? And I always just like to make a list at the end of the week. And, it's like, okay, so I need to do this next week, this, and it's always good either the night before or when you get up in the morning, just spend 10 or 15 minutes just planning out your day of what you're going to do. You just, once you've got it in your head, you've got like a secure plan. It's just, you're just running like clockwork at that point. Quite a short video, but basically, to get yourself in the revision mood, you want to set an alarm to get up at the same time every day. Get yourself into a routine. So, check your emails and then, do a lecture or do 2 lectures, however many you need to do. Plan ahead, so make sure you know when your deadlines are. So let's say you got 30 days before your exam and you have 30 lectures. There you go, it's 1 lecture a day. So, just do something like this. You're not panicking. Camera cut off, so I'm not sure where it cut off, so I'm just going to repeat myself, maybe, I don't know. Oh yeah, so yeah, just make sure you plan ahead, and if you know what you're doing, you feel like you're in control, and you just feel a lot safe's not the right word, but you just feel more comfortable. You feel like you're in control, you know what you're doing, and it can often go smoother that way, because if you don't know your deadlines, you can start panicking, especially once you get to like a week before and you'd be like, oh no, I haven't done the work. So make sure you know when your deadlines are, plan ahead, and just make those small victories. If you find it really hard, you just do half a lecture, and you'll find that once you've done half a lecture, you'll feel pretty good about yourself. You'll be like, yes, I'm in a routine now. Because once you start the second day and you do the same thing, you realize it gets easier. And rather than think about just a checklist, just like, oh, I need to do this lecture, just, try and find something interesting about what you're doing, because hopefully the course is something you want to do. So, just focus on the things that you find enjoyable about it or interesting. Rather than think, oh, I have to do this for an exam, think, I'm doing this out of my own interest. I want to know more about it. It's quite an interesting subject. So, yeah, once you start doing that, you'll find it'll just snowball. You'll get a snowball effect. Momentum will go with you. Things will get easier, and you'll find that your life just improves overall, really. So I don't know if I've explained it well enough, but honestly, the impact that this can have on your life is so good. It's so easy to implement as well. Just people are always looking for like shortcuts and gimmicks and all these sort of things, but it's just about slow, gradual, comfortable improvements. And yeah, as Lao Tzu says, do the difficult whilst it's still easy, and you should be alright. So hopefully this has helped you. I think it's really important that you know this stuff, so if you could successfully implement this into your life, then that's going to help you a lot in the long run, and I'd say it's at least worth 150 life points. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, comment anything down below that you're struggling with in terms of revision. I'll try and help you out as much as I can. I mean, I can't help you with the actual knowledge, but I mean, if you're struggling to find a system that works for you, I can try and help you. But yeah, if you're new, subscribe, join the union, and apart from that, I'll see you in the next video. So yeah, bye! That was bye, by the way.